today we're going to make a quarantine special. About 2 weeks ago, Young and I were thinking we wanted something different for dinner. We had some chicken, we had a bunch of stuff from the pantry, and I had to figure out what am I going to do with things in the pantry. And I thought, let's do something a little bit different. I had a sort of a feeling towards, I wanted like a chicken piccata, but a little bit different, maybe with some artichokes in it. So I created this recipe, which is basically chicken in a lemon garlic sauce with artichokes. You serve it over pasta. It makes a really nice meal. I make it fairly tangy. I like having the nice lemon juice in it. I'll show you how to make it now. Start out, take chicken. We're using chicken thighs here. I like dark meat better than light meat. You want to cover it with salt and pepper so that it gets a little bit of seasoning. You don't put any other seasoning on the chicken itself. And then you put the chicken in a pan with a little bit of olive oil, maybe 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and that'll help you saute it. And you cook the chicken until it's completely cooked through. Brown on each side, cooked in the center, because all you're going to do after it's cooked, you're going to make the sauce and you'll soak it in the sauce. It'll absorb the flavor. You'll add the pasta. It'll be a wonderful meal, and it's not really hard to make. And then Young's going to finish up cooking it because Young does the chicken cooking in the house. Alright, so the chicken's done cooking. I had Young put it on a plate. It's now sitting there and waiting to go. Now, you take all of this brown stuff and all of the stuff left over from the chicken in the pan, and that's what you're going to use to create your sauce. Put in about 2 tablespoons of butter. And then throw in roughly 2 cloves of garlic, finely chopped. Saute the garlic in the butter, but not too much. Garlic burns really easy, so you only want to maybe do it on medium to medium low heat for about a minute to a minute and a half. You just want to get some of the roasted flavor out of the garlic, but you don't want to burn it. Now to this you want to add in chicken stock, and we like to use the Better Than Bouillon chicken base and mix it up with water, and that creates our stock. This will also stop the garlic from burning once you pour it in. To that, you add about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I used the juice of a half a lemon. We're lucky we have lemon trees in our backyard, so they're always available to us whenever we want it. Oops. Okay, there's a couple of seeds in there we'll have to fish out. Now you want to add in a full tablespoon of dill. Dill is a unique spice. It's very sour. And when you're doing something that you want a nice sour flavor to, dill will fit the bill quite nicely. And a tablespoon is a lot, but I do want this to have a nice tangy sour flavor, so the dill is nice to have in there. Cook it all together so that the flavors meld, maybe a minute or 2 minutes on a medium heat. You'll have it just barely boiling, and that just helps the flavors come together. To make the pasta, you do boiling water. You can make this dish ketogenic friendly by putting it over cauliflower rice instead of it over pasta. But I'm just going to use a low carb pasta. It's not ketogenic, but it does keep the carbohydrate levels fairly low. And this pasta, you just cook it for about 5 minutes. You want it al dente. And al dente is chewy but cooked in Italian. I'm going to add in potato starch. Now again, this can be ketogenic because potato starch is what's called a resistant starch, which means it doesn't break down in your intestines. Instead, it goes all the way to the colon and breaks down there, and your body doesn't absorb carbohydrates from it. I'm going to put in about a quarter teaspoon of the potato starch. That will thicken this, but if you're not caring about carbohydrates, you can use cornstarch, and cornstarch will thicken it as well. And you don't want to use too much of it because you just want it slightly thick. You don't want it like gloppy or anything like that. And as it boils, that will thicken it up just a little bit. Okay, now you want to add in just about a quarter cup of cream. And that gives it a creamy taste. The sauce has had a chance to cook down. It's creamy and it's thick. And now it's time to put in the cooked chicken. And in here I'm using about 3 thighs all sliced up. That should be enough chicken for the dish. I want to put in 8 pieces of marinated artichoke hearts. Stir it all up, let it heat through. And then mix in the pasta. Pasta's been cooked and drained. Toss it together. You want to coat the pasta with the sauce. And that's your dish. You can garnish it with some parsley on top if you want to make it look prettier. I will tell you, this is going to be the best chicken dish you've eaten this year. So there's the dish. You have almost like a chicken piccata with artichokes, but it's really a lemon garlic chicken with artichokes and dill. That's really good. We're serving it with a side of steamed broccoli. I happen to like broccoli, and so it goes really well. If you want, you could put a splash of white wine in the sauce when you're cooking it and drink it with white wine. Young likes red wine, and so she's going to have it with her red wine, and that's going to be the dish. Okay, the broccoli is just basically steamed broccoli. You can dress it up however you want. I put a little butter on it, but there's not a lot of butter. You could put a sauce in it. You could put some almonds, slivered almonds. You can put some fried onions. It's good, just however you want it. That's really tasty. The dill makes it very tangy, but it's also got the lemon in it, so it's got a nice tangy flavor. It's got the dill smell coming, it's got the garlic smell coming. It's really good. The chicken is cooked just right. Again, we use chicken thighs, so you have the meat a little bit moist, and the artichokes are a nice counterpoint to that. If you like this, please subscribe. Please give it a thumbs up. Subscribing helps us. Thumbs ups really help us. We're trying to get this channel up and running and get everybody to like it, and tell your friends about it, please. Eventually we'll be doing a lot of traveling, and we'll be reviewing different restaurants and restaurant food. But until then, you're going to get lots of recipes to cook at home that are going to be just as good as what you can get in a restaurant.